This is the 12th video I've done on Palantir dating back to July 11th, 2020. And I've been a big supporter of Alex's and Palantir. Most recently, I've done about 5 of them where I did a deep dive into Palantir and what they're all about and what their software is. And I thought they were way ahead. And I still believe they're way ahead. And I believed, as I said, in Alex, but now I've gotten to know Alex better. I've listened to his second quarter profits and loss statement, and I've done some additional searching on Seeking Alpha and getting deeper analysis, and I'm out. That's right. I'm selling my Palantir because of Alex, because of his attitude, and I think some difficulties that he's going to face in the future and the competition that he has. I'll dig into it deeper in this video. I've been in the investment business most of my life. I'm a CFP, a CHFC, and a COU. But I learned something every day, and something that was hammered home to me just this week is know what you're buying and know who you're buying. Know the CEO of the company so that you can kind of see what kind of decisions they make and what kind of person they are, and if this is a person that you trust your money with. Now, if you were buying a business in your own community, you'd go down and you'd meet with the owner, wouldn't you? You'd look at his books, you'd understand what is driving him and what the company is all about and where they fit into the normal economy. Well, that's exactly what you need to do when you're buying a stock. But we don't do it. We basically take the word of somebody else that this is a good stock and you should invest in it. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can find out who are you investing in. Is that someone you'd even want to have dinner with? If you wouldn't, why would you want to give them your money? I'm reading these books, Peter Zion and Ray Dalio, telling me that we are in a position where we are either going into World War III with China or we're going to have a civil war here in the United States, and that the tension in our world is at a new level, and we're going to have a challenge for who the next world superpower is, and then they're trying to take our currency and make us a secondary currency. And I think, my goodness, the government is under a tremendous pressure right now, and they need to know what's going on, and they need to be going to our cyber police force, and we know who that is. That's Palantir. They're the ones who, when we needed to know where Saddam bin Laden was and where we could go to find him and annihilate him, that's who we went to. But wait, I listened to the reports on Palantir's second quarter, and they're saying they're projecting a decrease. Where is Palantir when we need them? What's going on here? How many of you remember the subprime crisis, the 2008 housing crash here in the United States? If you remember, it took the market down substantially. If that same thing happened to the second largest economy in the world, what would be the consequences? And would it be confined to China? China at the verge of a collapse in their economy as a result of an overextension, bad credit, bad lending. We're going to see banks crash in China. What is that going to affect the U.S. market? Will it bring the U.S. market down, much as when the U.S. market subprime crisis occurred, it spread across the world? Are we in for another crash in the next couple months? I've been predicting this, if you'll remember, for about a year and a half now. Let's take a close look at this, because this could be real important. As a financial advisor, I never had access to the IPO market for my clients. And so as a YouTuber, I strive to find as many opportunities as I can for my subscribers and for my tribe. So I sought out an organization by the name of Disruptor. And what they do is give people like you and me, if you're an accredited investor, opportunities to buy into pre-IPOs. And so I have asked Disruptor to give me some more information, and I want to share it with you. And I'm going to sit down with Georgie. Georgie is a young man who works for them as their marketing director, and I want him to explain to you what Disruptor is all about, pre-IPO, the private equity market is all about, and I want to give you an opportunity to take advantage of some of the disruptive companies that are just now coming to life. This is where the big money is made. Okay, here's what I know. The Chinese real estate market is in jeopardy. It's twice the size of the American market. We know what happened when the American subprime crisis happened in 2007, 2008. Is that going to happen in China? And if it does, is it a ripple effect? If their banks get run on, will we have another Lehman Brothers moment? And will that ripple across the Pacific Ocean and bring down our stock market? That's what we've got to figure out. So with that in mind, I wanted to get some more basis on our situation in '07. So last night I watched The Big Short. I suggest you watch it. And we put our heads together and answer the question, are we looking at another real estate financial crisis that is going to affect the world much as the U.S. financial crisis did in 2007? That's what we've got to figure out together. All you have to do to be successful in investing is set up a Roth IRA, $6,000 a year, and invest it into an index fund, and you'll be wealthy. No, that's not right. I see so much of this on Twitter, and I see so much of it on YouTube, and it is so wrong. There is a better way over the next 22 years to invest $132,000 than put it into an index fund. There is a much better way. You can, by investing in the companies that are going to change the way you live. Much as there are 4 companies that if you would have invested in the last 22 years that changed the way you live. And it was apparent. All you had to do was pay attention. And it's going to happen again. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it's going to happen and how you should invest your $6,000 a year over the next 22 years.